Hey y'all, I'm here to talk to you guys today about identifying parts of an expression. My kids are taking a test this week, so this is for you guys. Also, my earrings made by the one and only MB. I can't say their name because I'm not allowed. So anyway, shout out. All right. So we're going to talk about identifying parts of an expression. This is the very first lesson when you start doing algebra, generally in 6th grade. You do have to know how to identify the parts of an expression because it's all about vocabulary. So most important vocabulary, I'm going to pause and then you're just going to see all of this written down. I'm not magical or anything like that. I'm just going to pause. You can pause the screen and write it down as well if you're wanting to look into taking these notes. All right, so your very important vocabulary terms, I don't know how to talk. Your most important academic vocabulary are terms, variables, coefficients, and constants. So starting with terms, parts of an expression, they're separated by signs. So your terms are separated. This is how you can tell when you have a term. They're separated by adding, subtracting, and dividing signs. Not multiplication signs. They are only separated by adding, subtracting, and dividing signs. Now, when I'm teaching this in 6th grade, my kids already, not my kids as in this year, I mean all the kids I've ever had, because this is the first time they're seeing it. So all of my kids usually struggle with this because they don't even know what a term looks like. So what I do, and I know a lot of 7th grade math teachers probably hate this, but what I do is I have them circle the signs because they all know what an adding, subtracting, and dividing sign is. You all know what adding, subtracting, and dividing signs are. So what I teach, you don't have to do this. What I teach is I want you guys to circle the signs, and anything not circled is a term. So for example, write that down because I'm going to erase it. For example, and I'm going to use a different color that pops out. If I had 3x squared plus 4y minus 12, okay, I'm going to circle my any adding, subtracting, or dividing signs. Boom, boom. Everything not circled is a term. So this is not circled. The whole thing, this whole entire thing is not circled. So I would have 3x squared as a term. And then I have 4y. It's not circled. I would have 4y as a term. And then I would have 12 as a term. Sorry, just kind of smushed that in there. Sorry about that. All right, so if you needed that done again, go ahead and press just go back a couple seconds and watch that again. So terms are, once again, separated by adding, subtracting, and dividing signs. This, out of all of these, this is the most commonly misunderstood one, terms, because it is brand new. Variables. Variables are letters, and they represent an unknown quantity. Which quantity means number, an unknown number. Usually you have to figure it out or they'll tell you what it is and you plug in. So for example, if I had 3x squared plus 4y minus 12, what are the letters? You just look for the letters. They represent numbers that we don't know. My variables would be x, not 3x, just x, because I just want the letters. It would be x and y, okay? So once again, they're letters that represent numbers that we don't know. Coefficients are the number in front of the variable. Numbers in front of variable. They are the numbers in front of the variable. If you're writing this down, pause this and write it down. So for example, numbers in front of the variable. If I should just keep this up, right? 3x squared plus 4y minus 12. It was x and y. If I'm looking for my coefficients, I need to see my variables. So my x, what's in front of it? A 3. What's in front of my y? A 4. Okay? And then constants. Constants are numbers that stand alone. So what is the only number that doesn't have anything attached to it in this problem? A 12. And that's like review constant. So you guys probably already know what a constant is. All right, and then really quickly, one other rule. This is going to be taught to you guys probably every year, but that's okay because it's kind of like, what? There is a coefficient. So when they ask you about coefficients, I got way too close to that right there. I got way too close to y'all. Coefficients, right? They're the numbers in front of variables. So let's say I have 5x plus y minus 2, right? And they want to know what the coefficients are. Well, the coefficients, we look for our variables. They're the numbers in front of them, right? This would be a 5. What number is in front of y? There isn't one, right? But it's an invisible 1. It's just a 1. Because think about it. If I plug in for x, right, and it's like a 2, I'm going to multiply that 2 by the number in front of it, the coefficient, right? If I plug in for y and it's 3, if I had to multiply by a number in front of it to keep it the same, I wanted to say 3, it would have to be a what? A 1. So in algebra, I'm sure there's a much better explanation. But there is just, in front of every variable, there is a coefficient. And if there isn't one, it's just a 1. Okay?